Thank you for joining me here on my brand new channel. My name is David Charles, psychic in Great Britain, well England, and sorry about the noise you can hear, it's a storm brewing outside, but thank you for joining me on this brand new channel. I'm very new to this, but I'm not new to psychic stuff. I've been doing readings since I was a child at school, so I'm going to do one for you today free. It's pick a card reading, so it's general. Some of it will resonate with you possibly, maybe some will resonate with others. These cards are numbered in my head 1, 2, 3 and 4. There are 4 packs. This is for the month of March, the rest of this month and 2019. A special hello to those of you who are watching alone or if you're lonely. What I want you to do is pick a number between 1 and 4, but try and go with what comes from inside rather than what you can see in front of me. And we'll do 4 readings, and whichever number you pick will be your pack of cards. So if you pick one, if not, pause the video and decide 1, 2, 3 or 4, and then we'll get started. This is number 1. So if you chose number 1, this is your month of March, and you may be having a bit of lack of trust with people around you. There may be people around you in this month who are not really genuine behind your back, so be careful. It appears you've been let down before like this, some of you, so you're very defensive anyway, and there's evidence that you've still got the bruises, metaphorically speaking, to prove it. So defense mechanisms are in place, not without reason, because there may be people around you who can't be trusted. During the month of March, please don't be paranoid and not trust anybody. Be careful that you're not, well, revealing things you shouldn't to people who you can't trust. There's also a possibility of romantic triangles. Now this can be that you're being deceived or two-timed by your lover, but it doesn't always mean that. It can be family, friends, in-laws, people causing trouble on the outside of your romance, and maybe preventing the two of you from becoming as close as you really should be. So be aware, if you can, of anyone causing trouble outside, or if there is another woman involved or another man. Make sure you're not the only one, because, well, you make sure that you are the only one, because there could be trouble from an outsider in your romance during the month of March, and you could well do without it, really. To complicate that, there's also signs from the spirit world that somebody from the past will be in touch with you. This could be a lover from many years ago, it could be just a friend from school, but somebody from the past will be in touch, or you will be in touch with them during the month of March this year. There may be gifts exchanged between you, maybe just photographs or some little treasures if you remember. Now the message is that if this is an old lover or an old girlfriend or boyfriend, it's not a good idea to go back romantically. You can go back and be friends, but going back romantically isn't a good idea unless it's a fairly recent romance. If it's way back from when you were younger, then don't go back romantically, just stay friends. There are signs that something you've always wanted is going to be given to you by the powers of the universe during this month. Or if it doesn't come to you this month, it will be because of this month. Something happens this month to bring you almost like a wish come true. Maybe it's a Lamborghini, but usually, if it's not an item like a car or something, it usually means love and romance. So things are looking good, as long as you are careful who you trust, especially around your workplace. Maybe someone at work who can't be trusted, and it's a bit difficult to point out because there are so many of you out there, and this is a general reading, it won't apply to all of you, but be aware that something you always wanted will be yours this month or because of this month, and someone from the past may be in touch, and you'll be thinking about the past when you were at school and childhood times and happy memories, seaside, Christmases, birthdays. Reminiscence can be really good, but it can make you sad sometimes when you think of people you may have lost. But they're not far away, they're with you, and that's possibly why you tuned in to look at me today. David Charles, psychic in England, in a storm. If you can hear the wind, there's a storm brewing and it's heading this way, Storm Freya, I believe it's called. Stick around if you can, because at the end of this reading, I'm going to pose a little quiz for you, and if you get the answer right, you can have a free reading with me, a telephone reading, one-to-one, a short reading, but it will be free. So stay around, and I'll give you the quiz question at the end. Let's move on to number 2. Pack number 2 for the month of March. some of you are very spiritual, and it's a very spiritual month. This is one of the highlights of your year. You'll get what I call psychic highs once or twice a year, and you've got one in March, most of you, especially the water signs amongst you. So if you want to make big decisions, marriages, divorces, house move, career changes, big decisions, this is a great month to make them because you're in tune with the universe. Your spirit guides will be highly active, especially at night when you're sleeping. If you want to make big decisions, make them before the last day of March. Stick to them. Don't keep changing your mind and be in and out. Stick to decisions because you're really on a psychic high. And a lot of you will have healing ability as well, because psychic ability and healing ability often go together. So you may be with your friends, and just being near you makes them feel good, so you'll be very popular. There is a little hiccup that you may have to see a man who is employed in a caring profession. This could be the local vicar, it could be the dentist, an osteopath, it could be the GP. Nothing disastrous is indicated, but just take care of yourself, and if you get advice from an older person, it could be a man or a woman, in a professional caring profession, listen to what they have to say and follow what they say, because it may be important. And take care of yourself. If you're smoking, pack it in, stop it. If you're drinking too much, well, don't. And if you're not eating properly, then do. It's a good time for you if you're moving around, if you want to move house in March, or because of March. I always say that because you may arrange it in the month of March, and you may move 3 months later, but it's a good time for movement, whether it's moving house, moving your career, or moving your job, or a holiday, I should say. This is a good month for movement, and they don't really get much better. There is also signs you may be booking foreign holidays, and really it's a good month for you. This is not a bad reading at all. If you pick number 2, you've got a good month in March, and I'll try to do a weekly reading for you later on this week or later next week. Remember, there's a quiz question at the end. You can win a free psychic reading with me, and I've been doing this since I was a child at school. This and witchcraft spells are my speciality. Don't forget, you can look at me on davidcharlespsychic.com. So if you can follow me, please do, and please subscribe, because I'll forget to tell you at the end. As I said, I'm new to this technology, so I hope you can hear this. Let's take a look now. Thank you, number 2. Let's take a look at number 3 and see what is predicted for you from the spirit world in the month of March 2019. Well, there are signs that you're getting closer to somebody that may have started off as a friend. There's a joining together of 2 people who may have started off as friends, and now you may want to become more than friends. You may want to get closer. A joining together is good. You may have known this person for quite some time. I think the man amongst you is arty, loving and kind, and the girl amongst you is caring, loving, and what's the word I'm thinking of? Homely, with like family and that sort of thing. There may be signs that some of you are overdoing it or making life worse or harder than it should be, particularly at work. Don't overwork, please. Don't do too much. And don't let people pull upon you in the workplace, because they will if you let them. And that includes family and friends. They may ask you to go around and paint the front door or something, but that's okay, but don't let them take you for granted. Look out for an older lady who gives advice, like a mother figure or an old granny. This lady may be giving advice to you this month. Don't think, oh, it's only my mum. Listen to what she has to say, whoever she may be, because these words of wisdom will come from someone who knows what they're talking about, someone who's lived a long time, and they may be giving you advice. And if you can think of someone like that and you need advice, she's the one to go and see. There may be some confusion at work for some of you. This can mean people getting the wrong orders, the wrong phone numbers, the wrong emails, the wrong end of the stick, bickering at work, quarrels, arguments. As I always say, if there's arguments around, don't get drawn into it, because you'll probably get the blame. Don't get drawn into any arguments at the moment, especially in the month of March, because there is a bit of unsettlement, especially around your workplace, or should I say the way that you earn your living. Okay? Good month for March, especially lovers, because I think you're getting closer to the one you want, but just be careful, don't swamp them or smother them, especially if you're a water sign. Again, water signs can be that way sometimes, but that's a good month for number 3. Let's take a look at number 4. Remember, there's a quiz question at the end. You can win a free reading with me, one-to-one, on the telephone, from anywhere in the world. Don't forget to subscribe and click like and comment below, please, because I'd like to hear the comments, and I'll try to answer every one as long as I can. This is the week, the month ahead for number 4. If you chose number 4, then you are highly fertile. You may be trying for a baby. Good time if you are. But fertility doesn't just mean babies. Fertility means growth, expansion, things taking off, new jobs, trying new projects. If you want to start a business, this is the month to do it. If you want to start a romance, this is the month to do it. You're fertile and everything you touch will grow. If you bought a plant from the supermarket, it would probably come into bloom. There are signs of karma for you, which means that this month you will get exactly what you deserve. So if you've been naughty, you'll pay this month. If you've been good, rewards will come your way, trust me. Karma also affects people that have hurt you. And if anyone's hurt you in the past, knowingly that is, then they may pay for it this month. Well, they will pay for it this month. Most psychics and witches believe that karma is threefold, so they get it back 3 times over. And if your rewards are coming, you will be rewarded 3 times over. It's a good month for karma. It's a great month for fertility. And if you want to try for a baby, this is the month to do it, because your fertility levels are high, whether you're male or female. Doesn't matter. Everything you touch this month will grow. There may be dealings with the law, solicitors, police officers. If you're driving, don't get caught speeding or anything worse. You may be dealing with signing legal paperwork, documents, credit agreements, mortgage papers. Be careful what you're signing. It is a month of officialdom. You may be dealing with a taxman and people like that. But don't get frightened about that. It's not a negative. It's not really a frightening thing. You'll be dealing with a man this month who's linked to finance, money, cash. Maybe your bank manager, maybe your accountant, maybe somebody wealthy. If girls, if you're looking for a wealthy man, the month of March is for you. Because this is the month when you meet someone linked to money, and he's a smart character, smart the way he dresses, he looks smart, he looks successful, and he will be successful. Everything he touches turns to gold. And finally, I've got news for you, most of you have a secret admirer. Somebody fancies you, you may know who it is, may not be yet, but it will be before the month of March comes to an end. Somebody likes you, and they're looking at you with longing eyes. So look out, you may have a secret Valentine. Don't forget the quiz at the end. Click like, subscribe if you can, comment down below, and this is coming from you from England, UK, Devon, very beautiful part of the UK, beautiful part of England, but very stormy today. So I apologise for any wind sounds and banging on my log cabin. The question for the free reading. This answer I want you to put in the contact me section of my website, davidcharlespsychic.com. That's www.davidcharlespsychic.com. Go to the comment section and answer this question, and I'll draw them out the hat. It's an easy question for you this week, and the question is, Donald Trump beat a lady in the finals of the elections in America to become the President of the United States. What was the name of the lady he beat in those final polls? So what was the name of the lady Donald Trump beat in the final polls of the election in the United States to make him president? Answers please in the comments box in my website, davidcharlespsychic.com. I'll pick a name out of the winners. It's an easy answer, anyone can get it on Google, but it'll be the one I pick out of the hat. You'll get contacted by me, put your contact details, for a free psychic reading, one-to-one, and I hope you'll enjoy it. Once again, thank you for joining me, especially those of you who are alone or lonely. I'll be putting a new video on soon. If you follow me, click the bell sign, I think it is, you'll get notified when I place new readings on YouTube. Take care for now. Bye-bye.